Back with the old standby build, damage over time, Hokuto's bow, Alchemic Carbine. Let's go. Did stream with this before, but I was unsatisfied with how it turned out, so I'm doing it again. One bow time. And this time, hopefully, I'll be able to maybe manage to get a perfect fight against the final boss. Got pretty close last time, but unfortunately my own incompetence prevented that from happening. However, now I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling like I might be able to make it happen. But first off, what I need to do is I need to get some sort of form of the actual run I'm looking at, Hokuto's bow and the Alchemic Carbine. Alchemic Carbine is, of course, the start every single time because Hokuto's bow does not really play too well when it comes to being a starting weapon. This is interesting. Just for right now. Brutality build, that's it. I like the cool guy stance in the thumbnail. I mean, literally everything that the main character does when using this weapon is a cool guy stance. I was looking at this right now and I got totally confused as to where I was actually going because this is kind of a weird makeup compared to most starts of runs. So this is the legit video, you know it. I mean, pretty much, I think you can understand why I might be a little bit hesitant to put out the last one. I mean, I'm not saying that anybody's at fault here, but it was my own fault. Gotta kind of rein it in. But yes. Regular stream, Hokuto's bow, Alchemic Carbine, extremely powerful type damage. You can get, if you do happen to get the Hokuto's bow, otherwise the Alchemic Carbine just does decent damage, but even at low stats, if you get that extra mark on there, the damage goes into hyper overdrive. You can stay extremely far away from the enemies while you're also continuing to do a ton of damage to them. You can focus entirely on dodging around. You don't even have to worry about dealing damage because it's so automatic to do. It is a mainstay run, and if anytime anybody says, hey, what sort of run should I be using, this one is always my first go-to because it is just that good. And hopefully by the end of this, you will get a very good idea of why that is because, well, if the last stream is anything to go by, oh boy, was it great by the end of it. This is not a great start, but it'll be... Yes, exactly, Sasha. This is not a great start, but it'll quickly become better. Besides, I still have, alienation, acceptance type combos underneath my ready to be used. I don't actually know what the other phrase that I was going for there was. Underneath my foot, I guess? What? Chad, if you have any idea, yeah, it's a stream and everything because, well, this is not a very interesting run. This is a very mainstay run that I've used many, many times before this. You know it, you love it, but it's still part of the whole mantra of doing every single weapon that I possibly can. So we're doing it anyway. We're just going to be getting a little bit of audience interaction. Under your belt, thank you. I guess that's what I was thinking of. But it's still not... Still doesn't really make that much sense in the context that I was going. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Look, it's fine now, and I will at least get 1 point of malaise before I get out of here. And hopefully... I don't like getting the 2 extra tactics. I really would prefer to get the perfect combination of everything being brutality as much as I possibly can, because this is a very passive type of build. You can focus entirely on dodging around while the poison, which does, from the Alchemic Carbine, linger around for quite a while. It does its filthy, disgusting, dirty work, as you would expect from a poison-based weapon. Doing backflips and celebrating marks right now. The villain from Milky Way Wishes and Kirby Superstar? No, it's time to praise my boy Jay. Oh, you talking about Jesus Crazy? Yes, no, that is acceptable. I will, as a proper Catholic boy, I can accept that, if nothing else. How far did you get in the last run? Oh, I beat it. It was actually not even a contest by the end of it. I just crushed the final area. And that was with a lot of very questionable play until about halfway through when I finally decided to straighten up and fly right. No, this is a good build. It's a good build. It's very powerful. It's just commentary-wise, it was maybe that's where the issues came in. Carbine is basically the fire grenade or pyrotechnics from the good old days of yore. I mean, the fact that, you know, it is 100% on poison and only 30%. Well, I think even poison back in the day was, what, 60%? It's got that sort of feeling to it. Doesn't have as good of, like, combinations as the old school pyrotechnics, where if you got, like, the lay down oil with a turret, you were basically guaranteed double damage for the rest of the run. And pyrotechnics also had a great base damage on top of having just a huge amount of fire damage that you could also deal. Boy, oh boy. Huh. I kind of like that, but we're not doing a survival run. Oh, yeah, I should probably actually say that. Alchemic Carbine is gotten from the Ancient Sewers. Specifically, I didn't realize that would destroy that bad. Specifically, it is always in a kind of like a hallway where you have to roll under the scenery, like in a corner. It'll dump you out into one big old pool of poison, so be careful about that. Don't go in there while cursed trying to get that blueprint. But also, it will contain the blueprint for that, and that is always a guarantee in the Ancient Sewer, so it's actually a very, very easy item to unlock, despite how good it is, which is, first off, a great point in its favor. And the second item, the Hokto's bow, is dropped by the cannibals. We're talking the white-clad guys with the double swords that wander around in the clock tower, slumbering sanctuary, and graveyard. You'll see them most commonly. They drop Hokto's bow, which is a fairly common drop, but I would also just recommend go get it is such an essential part to almost any brutality type of run. It's such a good supporting weapon that I would recommend just taking a hunter's grenade out there and grabbing it yourself rather than hoping that it'll drop. Even though, compared to a lot of the stuff you unlock in the game, it is pretty common. How's this going? Pretty good so far. Not too bad at all. I got hit a couple times stupidly at the start, but we're going to be taking more of a traditional route. Still going to be fighting the giant, I'm thinking. But it should be a little... it's going to be better than when I went up against the Conjunctivius, which I thought was kind of a mess. So I think maybe cutting that out of this run is going to help a little bit. Well, a little bit to a lot of it. We'll see how that goes. Oh, no Conjunctivius. You saw it last time, if you were here. If you weren't here, what stream? So, anyway. Also, I do like having Lacerating Aura. That's good extra damage, but I do need to have some sort of synergy with poison, if I can. What happened with the last one? What last one? Anyway. Yeah, definitely going to be hitting up this area over here. Prison Depths. I don't... play this game for literally over 1,000 hours. You'd think I'd remember the names of stuff by now. Well, you're wrong. No point in taking that. This is still pretty much a fully normal-ish run. The only customization has been taking out every one of the ranged weapons except for the Hokto's bow and Alchemic Carbine, which makes it slightly more difficult, but only slightly, to actually get the run going. The great thing is, though, that it leaves you with enough items still unlocked that I can use it to get achievements if I can manage to get a perfect final boss fight, which I got very close to last time. I just screwed up right at the end. Favorite combo for boss cell? Favorite combo for anything. I said before that it's like, it is good. You know, much in the same way that Ralph Nader says that no seatbelts in a car is unsafe at any speed. You know, a reference that everybody can enjoy. This is good at any level of boss cells. You can take this anywhere, it's going to be fantastic, but especially at high boss cells. It's great because, you know, your usual types of builds don't tend to work as well. There's people in Lobos Jr. chat say first playthrough. Yep, first try. I gotta go catch up with that guy. I watched a whole bunch of his stuff like a few years ago. He was actually like his whole challenge runs were an inspiration for me to start trying to do it myself. But I've really been keeping up with him for a while. I'm pretty sure one of my coworkers is a furry. I don't see what the issue is. What do we got? Fire Grenade and Oil Grenade is actually not a terrible combination for... I mean, we're going heavy into damage over time. Hokuto's Bow buffs up damage over time. Alchemic Carbine deals a lot of damage over time. And getting some fire, and not just fire, but oiled up fire. Yeah. I think that... No, Lobos Jr. is a Dark Souls guy. He does a lot of Dark Souls runs, and he did a lot of like meme runs along with Distortion 2. Old Disty was kind of the other inspiration behind doing a lot of the runs myself. After all, you remember how much Dead Cells was compared to Dark Souls back in the day. I'm like, well, if it works for people who stream a lot, who, you know, stream and play a lot of Dark Souls, why can't it work for this game? They're certainly pretty adamant about their comparisons, and, well, history speaks for itself, I guess. Let's get in here. Eggplant, you know I can't answer that because this is the legit video. Scream and play a lot of Dark Souls. Yeah. That's me all over. I do like Bloodthirsty Shield, but come on, of the choices here, none of them are good enough to take. Oh, I prefer melee for lower boss cells because I find it more fun. I mean, I prefer melee too. I play, you know, you ever watch any of the other series that I do? I usually, especially ones that are, you know, kind of Dark Souls inspired, I usually tend to go for, let's take Acceptance for right now. I usually tend to go for melee builds, but hey, the price is right on this one. Tactics is always crazy fun. Tactics is great, but it's like, man, oh man, oh man, it just, ugh. What you got? I mean, if I wasn't so committed to having both of these items in my my main hand slots, I probably would take that, but are you kidding? This is the dream. Although obviously I did engineer it to be this way. If this was like a normal mode run, you could not have asked for anything more. There we go. Huge range. Lingering Poison. The Hokuto's Bow buffs up the damage so much. I mean, it's got it all, baby. There is good reason why it took, until I did that Spike Sword run for me to even say there's anything else you want to take into, like, 4-cell giant fights, that you want to take into, just 5-cell mode in general. It is very good. Obviously, you can get even more damage, especially if you decide to go with a turret build. And the Hokuto's Bow, Alchemic Carbine combo. But of course, the extra damage that you're taking on higher boss cell difficulty just makes that a very unappealing type of build for me. It's a sort of thing that, sure, the damage is great right up until you die. And then the damage is great on you. Turnabout is fair play. All right, anything else? Anything else? I actually managed to take that guy out before he could even swing. Oh, I still need shield on 2-cell run. Hey, shields are great. I mean, I feel like over time I've been starting to use shields a lot more and a lot more effectively, especially as I've been taking a lot more survival runs into like 5-cell difficulty. It's just, the Hokuto's Bow is very powerful. I think Firestar was talking about last time. It's like, what else do you really take when it comes to a brutality run as a secondary item? And yeah, there's stuff, but is any of it as good as the Hokuto's Bow? Hard to say. The extra damage you get is just so intense. It's huge. Okay, there we go. When you're at full health, the timekeeper swings twice, and now you're at 1 HP. I mean, did you see like the last run that I did with no, what was it? The tactics run that I had that died at the timekeeper, or not the timekeeper, but the big lad, Hand of the King. I got hit, what, once? I think by one of his regular 3-hit combo swings, and that killed me. I just died. It's like, high cell difficulty is just, it does not play well with tactics. I mean, I've said it even before, I have been growing more, I've been warming up to it more, but I remember that the point in time that I said I was really warming up to it, I also got killed by getting hit like twice on the Hand of the King, so it's the perfect encapsulation of, I probably shouldn't take that. It's a perfect encapsulation of just like tactics give, tactics takes away. It's some good stuff, but yeah. What are some good low-calorie lunches I can have? If you just go like a very traditional type of like turkey and mustard sandwich, that's actually, I mean, like that's about 150 kcals for 2 slices of bread, and then like an extra 50 calories for the turkey. It's a pretty good combination, and it will fill you up pretty decently. I'll also suggest any sort of tuna. Tuna's great. What else? What else? I mean, I guess, you know, a lot of stuff is just, you know, portion it out well, and it's still going to be low calorie. Yeah, you didn't think you'd be getting this sort of discussion in this stream, did you? I aim to please and surprise. Turkey especially is pretty low calorie, and you can get a pretty tasty sandwich just using mustard alone, which is 0 calories. So, you know. Yeah, no, that's it. There's not really too much more to say on it. It's just a good sandwich. Perry King run through Dead Cells would be pretty tough. I mean, I've done it before. I don't know about on 5-cell difficulty, though. That was... I mean, like, back when survival was just balling out of control, it was super easy to do Perry King in the Brutality update, basically. But I hate... Life is pain, I hate. But anyway, yeah, it was pretty easy to do that back then, but now, in the current landscape of Dead Cells, I think it would be so much more difficult. Okay, and there we go. Anything else? Anything else? Okay. We need a social security number reveal. I already told you. It's 420-691337. Like, people keep asking me about that. I don't know why. Oh no, now I'm gonna have to leave this video also unlisted. Yeah. Yeah, the problem with noodles is that they do, you know, they do kind of sneak up with you. Nice. They do kind of keep up with you on that calorie count. Because, you know, even something like just a cup of dry pasta or rice is more calories than you would expect. It's frustrating because it is so tasty. Any new information about when Bad Seed is coming? No idea. I mean, they said Q1, so it's got to be before, what, April? Probably like mid-March, I would say, near the end of that. If I'm remembering my fiscal quarters correctly. Whoa. I'll be fine. I'm less fine over time, but I'll still be okay. Okay. Oh, what would be your ideal melee tactics build? I always really like using the giant killer for stuff, and I think that combined with, God, I don't know, Rampart? Rampart, go with a good survival build, and then maybe Giant's Fist, Heavy Grenade for some extra damage based on those. I think you'd have yourself a pretty good run. And take this because I like the other stuff I got a little bit more. And, oh, tactics? Are you talking about a tactics melee? Oh, man, melee tactics. I guess it would probably be Phaser and Assassin's Dagger. Or how about Phaser, especially if you have Phaser plus Poison's Enemy, Affix, plus Sadistic Dagger. I think that can probably be even more powerful. Maybe throw on a Hokuto's Bow for extra damage, and that's pretty much the best I'd like to say that you can do. It's... there's some good stuff there. Sadistic Dagger is versatile, is, you know, benefits from something that you're already looking for, which is to say getting, like, poison synergy and the like. Yeah, I think that's... Yeah, I think you can probably do pretty well with that. I was pretty impressed with the damage I was getting off of what do you call it? The meat skewer, and I do like the shrapnel axe, but I gotta say that it's like, we're going ideal. I think you'd want something nice and fast that outputs some real heavy damage at all points in time. Okay. What's your favorite weapon? I don't know if I can pick favorites, but usually it's whatever is the most powerful thing at the time. Pick a top tier, baby. That sort of advice will never steer you wrong. Oh, God. I don't like any of this. Here, I'm going to take out you, but I am also going to take this just because I really do need to heal up already. I'm kind of playing with fire, staying at this low of health. Does the Cursed Sword kill you on any hit? Like Paul? Yes, it does. It kills you from, I mean, a lot of the deaths that I've actually had from pretty good Cursed Sword runs have been from stuff like Ball and Chain. So I can say from experience that absolutely is the case. But otherwise, I think the only thing that doesn't kill you is the same thing with regular... Oh, God. Same thing with regular curses is the darkness. The darkness that you find in the sepulcher will not kill you. But that's like the one way you can take damage and not end your run very unceremoniously. There we go. There we go. I know that obviously the Corrupted Power is not giving me too much benefit. It's only going to buff up the initial hit from the Alchemic Carbine, but I like having that electrocutes enemies. That's always a good add. So I'll probably switch it out for something else soon enough, though. Okay, what else are we looking at? What else are we looking at? The burn is actually not too bad at all, just because, well, any sort of damage over time does get buffed up by the Hokuto's Bow. And that includes merely treading upon the ground, letting flames deal their dirty work. What do we got? I am going to take out this elite first, because I'm not living my life on the edge in that way. Yeah, okay. And nothing very good, but it is at least a lot of extra health. Okay. Can't seem to find them. Do a few legendary shrapnel axes. They're great. First time watching the channel. Really love it. Hey, thanks, Richie. Hopefully this one will... Ooh. Ooh, what's this? Notices good item. Well, you know what? I don't need Corrupted Power, so get out of here. All right, now we got a run going. And now, please excuse me, because I still do have a little bit of lingering sickness. Anyway. All right. 8. All I gotta do is probably let this turret do most of the work. Enemies are melting away. It's so good. I mean, it's like, you call the Corrosive Cloud the Corrosive Cloud. This one corrodes them so much more effectively. Crossbow continues to be... Yeah, it's... Crossbow-matic. I guess ceiling turret, heavy turret would be the optimal choices. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy that I got this. God, I hope I don't die to a curse. Because it could happen. I'm kind of putting a lot of eggs in the one basket when it comes to getting cursed for Malaise heal. But hope this weapon is one of the better ones suited to deal with it. But go downwards. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Oh, man. Let's go. Couldn't find a channel on Twitch. I do have a Twitch channel, but I have not really streamed anything on it for a while because everybody knows me from the YouTubes, basically. So, and since I refuse to advertise myself, ever, for any reason, nobody really comes there. Boy's Axe drops from the big guys in the cavern. Yeah, the ground shakers. I always call them the giant quadrupeds that you find in the cavern. The Boy's Axe is pretty good, but, you know, now that you can't really use 2 of them at once, and they have been nerfed a little bit, it's not quite the ultra top tier that it was for a while there. Because, oh boy, that could really output a lot of damage for a time. Pretty much never go to the caverns, I understand. That place is terrible. I mean, I can definitely... There are some areas that are easier and harder than others. For example, the ossuary. Even after they added in some more Inquisitors, so there's more of a ranged presence going on, it's still one of the easier areas to go through. Obviously taking out a lot of the... Well, here, what do we got? Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Sure. I don't necessarily need a whole lot of money right now. This works for me. Okay. Is it possible to pick up her turrets with the homunculus rune? They unfortunately got rid of that, so yeah, a little bit too powerful, I guess. Whatever. I mean, what am I gonna say? I'm no game designer, but it's like I liked being able to do that. That was a very effective way to cheese out a lot of enemies. Ooh, legendary item. What do we got? It's another turret. I will be very, very pleased. I'm not holding my breath. No. This is clearly a run that does not require like switching over to melee weapons right now. It would have to be one good melee weapon to have that happen. Perhaps something along the lines of the giant killer that I was talking about. Cheese for mice, not Dead Cells players. Yeah, well, that doesn't mean that I don't enjoy a nice camembert. I mean, I've said before that it's like, I will just eat cheese by itself, right? I'm fat, you understand that, right? I don't know if I've made that abundantly clear just yet. Poison, Toxic Cloud, the same 100% to poison? Yes. I mean, any sort of like poison, Toxic Cloud. Poison is just poison. There's no like stratification of what different poisons are. Whether it's from like, you know, rolling disperses a cloud of poison on the ground that you get from like a necklace, that still counts. Oh, to something like the Alchemic Carbine, which is all about just creating poison. They're all the same poison. It's called Big Bone. No, unless my bones are very soft and flabby. And if that's the case, I have larger problems than being overweight. What items do you tend to have enabled in a custom run? Is it just whatever you're feeling, or is there a reason behind it? I mean, the way that I'm going right now is that I have everything from the category that I'm using kind of locked off. So, for example, I have all other ranged items gone except for the Hokuto's Bow and Alchemic Carbine. And then also the, you know, 5-cell specific weapon that is kind of overpowered and also a big spoiler. Just because it is kind of overpowered and also a big spoiler. There's not really too much rhyme or reason as to why exactly I do that. I just feel like I want to keep it as vanilla as I possibly can, but I also want to make sure that I can get the weapon when the need arises. Because I think that, sure, why not? Because I think that that's, you know, just should be part of the run. I mean, technically I could just go normal mode and just try to find the weapon hanging out wherever, but I think that doesn't... You'll be using like a starting version of a weapon by the time you get to endgame. Doc Skeleton wobbling over to you in the middle of the night, chewing on you with my squishy, flabby teeth. Great Owl of War and Wolf Trap are two very good items for tactics and survival, and also tactics with the Wolf Trap. I mean, it doesn't really matter. A combo of Hokuto's Bow and a Wolf Trap does increase your damage over time even more. Find myself in Alienation, Acceptance, Dead Inside. It's very good. It does mean that you're not going to have to deal with extra curses, which is why I don't really want to keep it at all points in time. Oh, I should have. I totally forgot to re-roll the double crossbow Matic to get 100% on poison. That would have upped my DPS a lot. Not that it really matters, as you can see. As it turns out, I'm continuing to do just fine. Ugh. Getting a little bit close. Cutting that one a little bit close, but otherwise, totally okay. And done. There we go. Doc, I'm full of chili right now. I'm screaming like 30 minutes. Screaming like 30 minutes just in case I fall asleep. You know I have like a compressor on here. I can't just scream. I'm not your alarm clack. Clack? No. I said it wrong. I said the thing wrong. What do you think about wave denials and tactics, Ron? It's great. Oh, just very good for defense and also for a lot of extra damage, whether it's knocking enemies off of areas or knocking... not bad, but no. Sandals legendary. That would be fun, but obviously can't really take it. Both my slots are filled right now. Can't be taking nothing new. And let's skip Stilt Village, go see if I can't get a good cavern run happening. Ah, the rerun! Ah, dang it, Victor! You told me too late. I put all blame on you. Ah, damn it. Said the word wrong, so Chad has to bully you and invalidate you for improper stream etiquette. Well, I can't say I don't deserve it. I can't say that... you know, I even said earlier, turnabout is fair play. And that remains true. Why do I set these sort of things up for myself? As if I'm not going to be the one that benefits least from it over time. Alright, alright. Well, next time I'll remember to re-roll stuff. You know how big of a hit streaming is on concentration. Even though, as of right now... Ooh, legendary items? Yeah? Oh, legendary electric. Wow, that's a hell of a legendary electric whip, too. But I'm not going to take it. Like I said, we're not doing that sort of run. You're going to have to give me some sort of legendary skill, if anything, to make that work. Don't get me wrong. Probably would have worked out pretty well, especially with the Hokuto's bow, buffing it up even more. Get some good damage out of that, but come on. How can you pass on that? Well, first off, 4 times damage is a lot of damage. And second off, I mean, we've got kind of a theme going on. I can't deviate from that just yet. Grappling hook could be kind of fun, but not really something to do. I mean, taser of death, but, you know, going both ways is the problem. Sure, the damage is great, but I might as well have just done a tactics run if I was going to be taking that thing. Anything cool? I could take that Alchem Carbine. No, actually, I'm kind of doing good for the stat distribution right now. Yeah, I don't hate this at all. Used to go Sanic all the way back down, and now I always go to the village. I mean, yeah. It's just, the village is safer, straight up. Especially now that it doesn't have a whole bunch of curse chests in there, so you're not even tempted to get killed by bombers after taking that. Yep, what's this? Nothing. Oh, every time Doc streams Dead Cells, getting through chat is your damage over time run. Oh, hey, there you are, by the way. I'll make something. What they tweaked is now bounced to one nearby enemy. I thought it was just that it had a higher base damage, but I couldn't really tell. Oh boy. Please don't be like Double Trouble. That would be... Oh yeah, right. I forgot that... Oh, okay. It actually worked out okay anyway. I forgot that golems can't punch through turrets. Turrets are a pretty good deterrent to those guys if you remember that that's the case. Okay, that's gonna be good for healing if I need it. Hate the darkness mechanic more than anything else. I don't know, after 1,000 hours of playing, I can get through it just fine, but yeah, I understand though too. Nah. I like what I'm working with. A charm type of thing? I mean, that would be interesting. It's just, I know that it's like, how would you use it in a boss fight? Not that that ever stopped them from creating stuff like the explosive decoy. Just I have a hard time thinking of like a good cases where charming enemies would be all that helpful. Okay. I guess distracting dudes, perhaps, but that's about it. I'm not gonna forget to re-roll. I've already suffered the slings and arrows of doing that once. I'm not going to let it happen a second time. There we go. Let's go get that chest. Ouch. Not enough damage for me to take that cherry, though. Isn't decoy in boss fights just a worse grenade? I mean, yeah, and it used to not even be all that much bad. It used to just be bad. Conjunctivious dating sim. Now, I'm fairly certain that the Conjunctivius is, like, not sapient, so I don't really know how you would woo her. I gotta tell you. Okay. He has to take the next weapon he sees. No, we're not doing use what you see run just because I forget something. Plus, I won't forget. I'll remember this time. And with 70,000 gold, I shouldn't have too much problem getting that in a position that I want it to be. Man, Tentacle's not that... Speaking of the Conjunctivius, but Tentacle's not that great. I didn't think a physical attack could punch through a turret. I mean, well, there's a lot of attacks that go through the turret, you know? Like the any sort of energy attacks, like the Orb Caster's Orb. There's stuff. Never forget the time I had to go through that trap section while cursed and died and being 5 box cells. Had to go through that trap section? Oh, yeah. That's why I just wait for after I activate the thing before I even take there we go. Before I even take curses at this point in time, because I'm fairly certain that I'm just going to run out of enemies or I'm going to encounter a lot of elites. That has ended quite a few runs by itself. I will remember this time. Mark my words. Oh, hi, marked words. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like if that didn't take, it's like, what am I? All right. Mostly just worried about finding gold. Doc will remember that. Okay, that one did actually go downwards, which could have been bad if I stuck around anymore. But I had a little bit of an inclination that may haps happen. Mayhaps. Oh well, at least demons are not that big of a deal when it comes to this sort of run. Most enemies aren't really. What am I even saying? Those guys might be immune to fire, but not too much anything else. Or Yakuza 0. Oh, that happens in Yakuza 0? I guess I'm not super surprised. That's definitely the sort of thing that would be included in that series, but still silly. Can you smash through a door, please? Yeah, next time I see one. I don't know if we got any more coming up here anytime soon. I'm going into like a shop or something. Wow, there's like nothing here. Oh, come on. I heard Ys H is pretty smash. I mean, I always heard that like the Ys games were very good, but never played any of them myself. It's close, but not close enough. Oh, well, okay, that was close. All right. You got me there. And done. Taken out by his own incompetence. It's only fitting. I guess I want the gold as well as the silver. By the way, if you're wondering again about cannibals, that's those guys right there. The white dudes. Okay. Let's just be a little bit cautious. Worry not, waste not. Okay, twin elite golem fight. I mean, I still think that of all the terrible thumbnails I've created 5 minutes before I put up the episode, that the one where I had just myself in between two elite golems was the best. Was my favorite. Second up, the thumbnail where I'm just about to ruthlessly execute an arbiter with the shrapnel axe. That was pretty good. Okay, slowly. Oh, he was very young. No, Captain Lou, not again. Okay. And I'm just gonna clear through here to make sure that I have all of the exploding bats taken care of. Well, that's gonna be an issue. Doesn't even matter. That's what I'm talking about with very passive damage. I didn't even have to be anywhere near that dude. It took him out no problem. Oh, didn't think I was gonna get hit there. Though poison heals instead of wounding. I don't even know where I'd use that at this point in time. Hope this one doesn't get thrown into the vault. No, not at least not yet. We got some time before. Look, hey. Even if I do throw it into the vault, that doesn't mean that other people can't just post it up later. I'm just not going to post it on my channel. Hey, here, I'll make it a formal declaration right now. I, Dr. Inferno Firebird, being of sound body and mind, do hereby give up the rights to any one of the streams that I have done up until this date, January the 25th, 2020, for use anywhere else on the internet for any reason at all. That is including, but not limited to, rehosting, highlights, clips, whatever, including monetization. So if you want it, so if you see something that's going to be going into the vault, feel free to use it. Like, do it. I did forget to reroll. That is true. I'm just not going to post it up on my channel, is what I'm saying. Oh, I'm posting all Code Vein. Go for it. Again, I do want to point out, I did say monetization. You can make some sweet, sweet cashola with that terrible, terrible series. I'm just saying, I'm not going to post it. Yeah, punishment time. Get out here, Monokuma. Whatever, I'll do it next time. You got me too much on a tear about me not caring about people posting my garbage. Got distracted. Gotta stop getting hit by those guys. Oh, well, I might end up taking a piece of... Wow, not a bad item at all, by the way. Doc, you better get the 60 kill door. I'll try, but we are talking about the cavern, man. I mean, don't want to... Yes, I forgot to re-roll again. Shut up. I don't need to hear your guff. Look, I will definitely, absolutely do it before the giant fight. And it'll be fine. Yeah, there is no try. Do it. Don't think, feel. Yeah, I gotta get that guy before his animations bug out anymore. Oh, all right. New Elite X1 or DS4? No, this is just, I'm still using my DualShock 4. Oh, okay, that's kind of what I was looking for. Now I gotta really make sure that I don't die to this. I should be fine. Yeah, especially if I get door advantage. Somebody said they wanted to see me smash a door. There you go. Whoa! You did not get stunned by that at all. Not even a little bit. Okay. Holding you till those words. Yeah, okay, fine. Just climb up there. Trying to be cautious. That means no, just I'm so worried about accidentally dying stupidly in this way. Because this is the way you do it. This is the sort of circumstance. Ah! Damn it! What the hell? Where'd that even come from? Well then. Yeah, there it is. Should have re-rolled. Yeah, the turret would have helped me out a lot there. Dude came out of nowhere. What do you expect? All right. Same thing happened to me this morning. The thing, like, tracked onto me from a million miles away, and I was not really in much of a position to be dodging at that point in time. Not having the starter Carbine? No, I bought a new version of the Carbine, didn't I? I don't actually know. Hey, here, how about this? We're gonna go through, like, super speedy-like. No holding around. Yeah, no holding around. That's what I said. So, yeah, we're gonna go time door. Minute by minute, man. You wave goodbye. So let's do this. Oh, yeah, this is really frustrating. It was right above you. I know it was right above me. The thing is, though, that, like, it's not like I got near those demons in any way, though. They saw me anyway. I don't really know what else I can say. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna speed run. Like I said, start the clock. Have y'all started the clock yet? Is Randy Orton somebody who is known for seeing things? Yeah, that's some good clocking in there, chat. Oh, I do need that. Gotta get at least, joke's on you, though. Lore rooms don't count for the time. Time stops in there. But that's neither here nor there. No. We're just gonna go full on with this funky fresh stuff. Yep, that'll do it. Archfiend, I swear to God. Okay, I do still need, like, the actual, you know, stuff, too. Broken gamepad. The gamepad was never broken. It was the thing itself. It was my, the cord attaching it. Why don't you disable lore rooms in the setting? I mean, I still like them occasionally. And I still like looking at them because it gives me a good jump-off point to talk about lore. Lore rooms do also give you free items occasionally, but they're never very good items, so I don't know. Okay, keep on rolling. Do hope I can get some form of Hokuto's bow soon. I mean, it should happen, but I'm not really going to say that it's guaranteed unless I happen to actually find it in some kind of area. Well, Concierge is going to be pathetic. It's terrible. And also, maybe I'll just skip the prison depths this time as well to be sure, just because that's not really all that. It is only like one extra stat, and that can be nice, but I wouldn't really say that it's essential in any way. Dead cells, but if you stop moving, you have to re-roll. I mean, well, the time for re-rolling is over. The time for action is now. There we go. Still going for clock rooms at this point? I mean, I might as well. It's kind of like I'm not going to not hit them. Especially if I'm really booking it through this entire area. There we go. Oh, it's like speed, except it's dead cells. Okay. Would be a cool option for a special run. I mean, I guess. It just immediately makes me think of Death State and that one character that you have to be constantly moving forward with. Like, it's not even like a choice. You just are forced to. Ugh. Does someone have a bomb in your room? Yeah, exactly. That's how that works. And they planted a bomb underneath a chair, and if I stop playing Dead Cells, I'll die. They placed a bomb collar around my neck. Oh, come on. The Twitch integration? Oh, yeah, no, that's what I thought you were talking about. Like special modifiers. I guess there is one kind of like that. The bloodthirsty, bloodlust, whatever it's called. But that's not quite the exact same thing. Oh, you're going to do streaming mode over on Twitch? Oh, I mean, nobody actually watches me on Twitch, so there tends not to be enough people to make that very interesting. There we go. Swift sword, but if you don't have movement speed, you take the darkness dot. That's a great idea. What do you do? How would that even work in boss fights? You just die. Okay. Not even going to worry about this. Just going to keep going. There's an 8-minute timer to be getting into. The time door in the next area. If I'm just going straight to the ossuary, which I am. Are the cell doors worth going into? Absolutely. It's just more often than not, you know, I kind of know what I want for a run. So if it contains like a, I don't know, If it contains like a shop, I usually don't care too much about it. And chests, it's like I kind of, really it's more of a result of me wanting to keep things moving than it not being worth it. You know, you gotta have that constant forward momentum. If you stop, you die, like in this run. Like the conceit is for this run. Well, yes, but actually no. Oh yeah, and some of them are just cells, which are not very useful unless you have the 5-cell special item. Velocity makes it fairly easy to keep the cell boost. Go into the castle to 5-cell spoiler area and 1 continuous speed boost. Does that work through the boss fight though? I feel like the boss fight is where it would kind of drop off, right? Okay, and God, I don't know. Nothing here is really worth it, so I'm out of here. Some tells me there's going to be 100% mode where the player has to progress through all biomes and bosses. I was kind of thinking that could be like a thing for 6-cell mode if they're ever going to implement that. The idea that you would, that it's like you would have to loop back around to, you know, like if you go from the start to like the promenade, ossuary, and then to the concierge, then you would go right back to the toxic sewers, the ancient sewers, and then conjunctivius, and then you could continue, that sort of thing. Yeah, this is better. Okay, I used the full clear, but I'm ashamed to have 3-hour runs. I mean, the thing is, I always say that it's like one of the nice things I like in Death Road to Canada is that they explicitly say, I think in one of the loading screen tips or something, is that zombies don't drop zombie loot. That the idea is that come on. There. Zombies don't drop zombie loot. And they drop pretty minimal loot on dead cells. But the idea is that you're not really supposed to be fighting these guys. It's a last resort sort of thing to actually fight zombies. Or if you have a particular powerful set of equipment or survivors or whatever. And I think that's true for Dead Cells too, where it's like you shouldn't really waste too much time fighting stuff. Not even so much as a point of pride to try to be hurrying up or whatever, but just because you're putting yourself in a lot more risk by fighting dudes, just for the sake of fighting dudes. Do it if you need to. But don't go any farther than that, is what I say. Oh, man. Well, at least this is a good melee item for this whole type of weirdo build. Poke those bow, please? No, of course not. I do it for the money. It's a pretty minimal amount of money, though. It doesn't really matter all that much. Like, it's peanuts compared to what you would get just by getting into one of the timed rooms, for example. In 6L, you have to beat Spoiler Boss and then go back to type and have to beat Timekeeper 2.0. That would be a lore thing. And maybe they could even have, like, you know, Neo Turbo Championship Edition Timekeeper, too. I'm sure they can come up with something, given that she doesn't even use her whole time-traveling abilities in the fight against her. I guess maybe that's how she's throwing out so many shuriken, but, you know, Dio style, but I don't really... That's that's justification that I'm not willing to give the developers. Neo Turbo Super Championship Edition for matching service. There we are. Is JoJo Part 3? I mean, yeah, I'd be okay with that. I think you could, given the whole weirdness that is the lore at that state, I'm sure you can come up with a reason why the main character can suddenly sort of match up to her abilities by himself. There we go. All right, didn't even need that. Okay. That was some good maneuvering. I have played the game for 1,000 hours. I'd like to say, I mean, you know, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I think I'm pretty good at it, except when I'm not. Okay, yeah. Oh, great. Again? Do you expect to encounter Timekeeper at some point? Don't think she's quite done with us. She is like the one boss that actually survives her encounter with you. Oh, got clipped right at the end there, dude. Oh man, this sucks. Okay. 3 survival. Come on, you know what I want. Also, whatever happened to the spider lady at the start of the Sepulchre? She has nothing. She says one thing to you the first time you see her and nothing else after that. It is very much a an underutilized character. What do you think of the build? The build's great. I mean, I think this build is just fine. I want the Hokuto's bow, though. Hokuto's bow would be doing a lot more damage than the thing that I currently have going on here. There we are. Now, if only I could find the cursed chest. You know what? I'll take a little bit of extra healing right now, especially because I now need it. Nothing. Straight garbage. Okay. She has to get stronger if she wants to fight us. I think she's probably plenty strong, being a spider and all that. Oh, come on. You're killing me in so many ways. Okay. Find out why the tree has eyes in the Arboretum. Yeah, I did mention that last time. But for real, though, why that tree got eyes? Oh, here we go. Just a scroll, whatever. Heavy crossbow, shield, tonic, grenade. I mean, I do think that heavy crossbow is good. It's just I feel like it's a little bit slow and can also be quite the ammo hog if you're trying to use it a whole lot against boss fights. Of course, if you get like a good shield, that doesn't matter as much. I think it's kind of rough. I think it's a little bit rough to use, but it definitely does have some great damage output, especially knowing that it can go over damage caps by virtue of hitting an enemy 5 times. There's some good stuff there, but I think that maybe I'll have to make that like the next... No. Next run is going to be Sonic Crossbow, I think. Then maybe I'll make that the heavy crossbow. I think that'd be a good one. Please stop deleting the stream replays. Oh, did you miss the entire thing earlier where I did a verbal contract to give up rights to all streams up until this point in time? If people want to repost them elsewhere, I'm still okay with that. Okay. Ice shield, ice armor, frost grenade, and heavy crossbow. I mean, if you get that like massive amount of slow and freezing synergy on there, that damage has to be out of sight. It's so groovy, it's out of sight. Guess what album I've been listening to recently? Anyway. Okay. The item that is near impossible to acquire and is not very impressive. I mean, the plan is that like the start is going to be, hey, this is the first super difficult item to unlock that I'm going to be doing a run on. Is it worth it? No, it's not. Does it live up to the difficulty that you have to go through getting it in the first place? No. Something like that. Other topics of interest, I don't know. I'm probably going to end up talking about how you're building for bosses more than anything else. What else? I do kind of like the punishment. I'll take that for right now. Maybe do a little bit of a retread for that episode on like the whole future tech thing that I did last time I talked about the Sonic Crossbow. I don't know, you guys got any sort of topic of conversation that you would want to see in the Sonic Crossbow episode? I died twice trying to get the Sonic Crossbow. I'm pretty sure I died at least once, or at least I got very close. Still have that one empty jar in the skin shop. People have done a little bit of data mining to figure out what it actually is, but it is the spoiler skin. Spoiler skin, except it's apparently a white variation of it. Not that it actually exists in the game, people only know it from the name of it. I'm winking when I say spoiler skin. You know what I'm talking about. Wink, wink. A video of actually acquiring the crossbow. I'm not gonna play up a save file at that point again. That's too much. Oh boy. Gotta go all the way from 0 to 5 cell mode just to get that thing unlocked. Also, talk about Sonic himself. That's a good one. I'll throw that in the second half of the episode. We'll talk about my experience with Sonic, and I'll probably just heap a lot of praise on the Sonic CD soundtrack and the Sonic Adventure games, which I think are, I mean, they're not like badly received or anything, but they're not as good. I feel like they're still a little bit underrated. Anyway, I'll take that. I'm not going to worry too much about getting another potion charge. What's a Sonic Crossbow? It is a 5-cell only item that you have to get through shenanigans with like puzzles in the final area. And it is just a crossbow that has piercing and gets criticals from piercing through enemies. And like, it's not even that good, and it's only actually useful in the boss fight against the giant, and that's it. Yeah. Meow. Oh boy. Yeah, the extra spoiler skin. Yeah, not just the spoiler skin. We're talking about the spoiler skin. This is what it is to go beyond spoilers. Super spoilers. You might need to shout. Did I not shout loud enough when I died the previous time? I think I want to say that I've done my due diligence. Does networking work well with Sonic Crossbow? Because I think the projectile's only sticking to the enemy first in the line. I will figure that out. Yeah, I'll figure that out. Because I'm sure there's probably some stuff when it comes to using that. Boy, I would really like a Hokuto's bow, by the way. Ah, the old-fashioned concierge. Shenanigans. Oh, you son of a sailor. Oh, that's frustrating. I love the punishment showcase run. Yeah, it's going pretty good. Punishment is a great item. There's a lot of damage and a huge AoE. For a shield, it's the sort of thing that I love taking. If something like the parry shield or... If the parry shield or the... Oh, right. Whatever, I don't even care. Oh, look, I already lost my chance at the legendary item. The Rampart is what I was going to say, but who cares anymore? I'm mad. How's punishment different from Spike Shield? Big AoE. It doesn't have as much base damage as Spike Shield, but it hits everything in a much larger area. Anyway, I'll take that and 2 number 9s and number 6 with extra dip. There we go. Sorry, Sonic Unleashed, not Werehog. For which one? Anyone remember the Sonic? Oh, yeah, I mean, that was PlayStation 3. That was definitely PlayStation 3. Sonic Unleashed. I'm at least like 99% certain, because that was... First off, that looked way better than a PS2 game. It was okay. It was okay. I mean, that's pretty much all I can say about it. It was Wii? It was like Wii and PS3, right? Come on, tell me I'm right. Punishment takes damage and would deal directly to the opponent and spreads it around in AoE. And it's good. That's great for it. What do you think of the Crow's Feet mutation? What is its purpose? I think it's great. It does a lot of extra damage, and the slowdown helps with making sure that some of the faster enemies, for example, Rampagers, don't just wombo combo you into oblivion, which they will do with impunity. Also, stuff like bosses, I think it's not only good for doing that slowdown, it also is good for doing a little bit of extra damage on top of that. I think I give it my full endorsement. Okay. One of the original Sonic games is free on mobile. Which one? I mean, I don't know how well it would play on mobile, though, is the thing I'm thinking right now. Don't get me wrong. The original Sonic games are my jam, and the only ones I've really played from, like, the newest generation are the adventure games, and those are... you know. Yeah, you know how it goes. Well, that's not really my fault that the other weapon isn't appearing. If it doesn't want to appear, I can't make it appear. Yous understands. Calamity Ganon broke free in the next DLC. That's a Breath of the Wild thing? Oh, cool. I'm taking that. No question. New to the game, don't understand what Malaise is. Malaise is a mechanic that only appears on 4 and 5 boss cell difficulty. It pretty much the only thing it does is that every time you take a regular hit from an enemy, it goes up by 1. Eating clean food brings it down by 1. Using a potion charge brings it down by 5, I think. And if it fills up fully, you are stuck at 10% HP until you get rid of at least 1 point of malaise, and then you can heal up past that point. You don't regain the HP. It is a huge deterrent to getting hit on higher cell difficulties, and is a big problem when it comes to oh my god, incredible super stuff. All right. Well, I died again. Oh, man. Hopefully this time I can actually get a, Hokuto's bow when I'm doing this. Doc, please. Hey, you should have watched the last episode if you wanted to see a successful one. All right. Doc, don't end the stream suddenly. I don't really see why I would right now. I kind of just, like, died again. I need to have a good run before we can end the stream, after all. And a lot of this has really just been my fault, if we're, you know, talking about anything. You didn't take the 2 times damage one, but I did take 2 times damage anyway, so I feel like I am, you know, justified in one way or another. Mostly. You know what happened last time? It just cut out. The stream ended. Like, I won, so the stream ended. Spite sword. I guess I'll take that. Wait, Wait, what are you saying? You're recommending this comment to everybody? You can't even win a run yourself? You can't win them all, baby. Sometimes things just don't work out in the way that you want them to. Damn it, that was infected. Whatever, it's fine. And besides, you saw a very good run last time. It's just this time, you know. Also, I died to a curse, which I want to say is not really the fault of the weapon. And then the last time, I couldn't even get the second item that, you know, I was supposed to